12 discipline gifts many Capricorn discover over time. There is something about the way a Capricorn carries discipline that most people will never fully understand. It is not something you learned from a book or picked up along the way like a habit. It was woven into you, stitched into the fabric of who you are, long before you had a name for it. And now, after years of walking that quiet, steady road, certain gifts are beginning to reveal themselves. Not the flashy kind, not the kind the world applauds on stage, the kind that settle into your bones and change the way everything around you operates. These are the 12 discipline gifts that many Capricorn discover over time. And if you have been wondering why your life feels like it is shifting into something deeper, something more aligned, this may hold the answer you have been searching for. Discipline Gift 1. The first gift is the ability to remain calm when everything around you is falling apart. You have lived through enough storms to know that panic solves nothing. Where others lose their composure, you find a strange kind of stillness inside yourself, almost like a reflex that kicks in when the pressure rises. This is not something you practiced. It is something that discipline carved into you over decades of showing up when it would have been easier to walk away. You learned, perhaps without even realizing it, that the moment you stop reacting and start observing, the situation changes. Not because the problem disappears, but because you stop feeding it with fear. And that stillness, that ability to hold your ground while the world shakes around you, is one of the most powerful things a human being can possess. People come to you in their worst moments not because you have the perfect words, but because your presence alone feels like solid ground. That is not a small thing. That is a gift forged in fire. And if you look back at every crisis you have navigated, every moment you thought you could not survive, you will see the proof. You did not just survive. You became the anchor that others held on to. That kind of strength does not come from motivation or willpower alone. It comes from years of choosing discipline over comfort, structure over chaos, patience over impulse. And now it is simply part of who you are. You do not have to try to be steady anymore. You just are. And that steadiness is about to become even more important in the months ahead, because the energy surrounding Capricorn right now is asking you to lead, not with force, but with that exact calm you have spent a lifetime building. Discipline Gift 2. The second gift is the power of delayed gratification. You understand something that most people spend their entire lives resisting, that the best things are not the ones that come quickly. They are the ones that come after patience, after effort, after seasons of waiting without seeing results. You have planted seeds in your life that took years to grow, and you did not abandon them when the soil looked empty. That is rare. That is deeply, profoundly rare. In a world that chases instant everything, you chose to wait. You chose to trust the process when there was no evidence that the process was working. And now, looking back, you can see how those slow investments paid off in ways that no shortcut ever could have delivered. Your relationships are deeper because you gave them time. Your wisdom is richer because you earned it through experience, not theory. Your sense of self is more grounded because it was not built on applause or validation. It was built on the quiet knowing that you did what was right, even when no one was watching. This gift of patience, of being able to sit with discomfort and not rush toward the nearest exit, is something the universe is about to reward in a very tangible way. The discipline you showed when no one was clapping is about to produce a harvest that others will notice. Not because you need their attention, but because the fruit of your labor is becoming impossible to ignore. Discipline Gift 3. The third gift is the ability to build systems that outlast emotions. You have always understood that feelings come and go, but a well-built structure endures. While others were chasing passion and excitement, you were quietly constructing something durable. A life, a routine, a way of being that does not collapse the moment enthusiasm fades. This is not because you lack emotion. Quite the opposite. You feel deeply, perhaps more deeply than most. But you learned early on that feelings alone cannot sustain a life. They need a framework to rest inside of, a container strong enough to hold them without breaking. And that is exactly what you have built. Your daily habits, your commitments, your way of organizing your time and energy. These are not boring routines. They are the architecture of your success. They are the reason you are still standing when so many others who started with more energy, more excitement, more initial momentum have long since burned out. You are the one still here. You are the one still building. And that quiet persistence, that refusal to abandon your post just because the weather changed, is about to open doors that were previously locked. The systems you built in private are about to produce results that are very, very public. Not because you sought attention, but because excellence, when sustained long enough, always rises to the surface. Discipline gift 4. The fourth gift is the courage to say no. This may not sound like a gift at first, but if you sit with it for a moment, you will realize how rare and how powerful it truly is. Most people spend their lives saying yes to things that drain them, yes to obligations that do not serve them, yes to people who take more than they give. But you, Capricorn, you learned that every yes to the wrong thing is a no to the right thing. And so you became selective. You became intentional. You began to guard your time, your energy, your attention like the precious resources they are. This was not easy. There were moments when saying no cost you friendships, opportunities, even the approval of people you cared about. But you said it anyway because something inside you knew that your path required focus, and focus requires elimination. You cannot climb a mountain while carrying everyone else's baggage. You cannot build a legacy while attending to every distraction that knocks at your door. And now, on the other side of all those difficult decisions, you can see the landscape clearly. The things you said no to made room for the things that truly mattered. The relationships you kept are the ones that feed your soul. The projects you pursued are the ones that carry your signature. And the life you are living right now, imperfect as it may be, has an integrity to it that would not exist if you had said yes to everything. That integrity is about to become your greatest advantage, because the next chapter of your life is going to require exactly that kind of discernment. Discipline gift 5. The fifth gift is the ability to learn from failure without being destroyed by it. You have fallen before. More than once, more than twice, more than you care to count. But every single time you got back up. Not because you are invincible, not because you do not feel the pain of defeat, but because discipline taught you that failure is not the end of the story. It is a chapter. A necessary one. One that teaches you things that success never could. You have a relationship with failure that most people never develop. You do not romanticize it, but you do not run from it either. You sit with it. You examine it. You extract every lesson it has to offer, and then you apply those lessons to your next attempt. This is why your growth has been so consistent over the years. Not because you never failed, but because you never let failure have the final word. You always came back with more knowledge, more clarity, more determination. And now, as you look at the road ahead, you carry with you a catalog of lessons that no classroom could ever teach. You know what works and what does not. You know which risks are worth taking and which ones are just noise dressed up as opportunity. This wisdom, this battle-tested understanding of life, it is one of the most valuable things you own. And it is about to serve you in ways you have not yet imagined. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Discipline gift 6. The sixth gift is the quiet confidence that comes from knowing your own worth. You do not need external validation to feel valuable. That is not arrogance, it is alignment. You have spent enough years doing the inner work, facing your shadows, building your character, that you no longer need someone else to tell you that you matter. You know it, not in a loud, showy way, in a deep-rooted way. The kind of knowing that does not waver when someone criticizes you. The kind that does not inflate when someone praises you. You have reached a place where your sense of self is not dependent on the weather of other people's opinions. This is freedom. Real freedom. The kind most people talk about but never actually achieve. And it came to you through discipline, through the daily practice of showing up as yourself, honoring your values, and refusing to compromise your integrity for the sake of comfort or approval. This confidence is about to attract new opportunities and relationships into your life. Not because you are chasing them, but because you are radiating the kind of energy that draws good things in. People can feel it when someone knows who they are. And you, Capricorn, know exactly who you are. Discipline gift 7. The seventh gift is the ability to hold a long-term vision while managing short-term realities. This is something that very few people can do. Most either get lost in the details and forget the bigger picture, or they dream so big that they neglect the daily steps required to get there. But you have always been able to hold both. You can see the mountain peak and still pay attention to where you place your feet on the trail. This dual awareness is not something you developed overnight. It came from years of balancing ambition with practicality, dreams with deadlines, hope with hard work. And it is this balance that has carried you further than pure talent or raw ambition ever could have alone. You understand that a vision without a plan is just a wish. And a plan without a vision is just a schedule. But when you put them together, when you marry the dream to the discipline, that is when transformation happens. And that is exactly what is happening in your life right now. The vision you have been holding, the one you maybe stopped talking about because you were tired of people not understanding it. That vision is beginning to take shape. The daily discipline you applied, even when it felt pointless, even when the results were invisible. That discipline is about to produce something extraordinary. You may not see it all at once. It may reveal itself slowly, the way a sunrise gradually illuminates the landscape. But it is coming. And you will recognize it because it will feel like something you have always known. Discipline Gift 8. The 8th gift is the power of consistency over intensity. The world celebrates the dramatic, the explosive, the overnight success story. But you know the truth. You know that real lasting change does not come from one heroic effort. It comes from 1,000 small unglamorous actions repeated day after day, week after week, year after year. You have lived this truth. You have been the one who showed up on the days when motivation was nowhere to be found. You were the one who kept going when the initial excitement had long faded. And because of that, you have built something that intensity alone could never construct. A life of substance. Your health, your finances, your relationships, your skills. These were not built in a single burst of energy. They were built in the margins. In the early mornings and the late nights. In the moments between the moments when no one was paying attention and no one was keeping score. This consistency is your superpower. And it is one that the universe deeply respects. Because the universe itself operates on consistency. The sun does not rise dramatically one day and take a week off. The seasons do not arrive in random bursts of energy. They follow a rhythm. And you, Capricorn, have aligned yourself with that rhythm in a way that is about to bring extraordinary results. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Some people watch, others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting. It's about moving. Discipline Gift 9. The 9th gift is the ability to create order from chaos. When life gets messy, when circumstances spiral, when the unexpected shows up uninvited, you do not panic. You organize. You prioritize. You take the scattered pieces and begin arranging them into something that makes sense. This is not just a skill. It is a form of art. And it is one that you have refined over a lifetime of navigating complexity. You do not need perfection to function. You just need a starting point, a first step, a small corner of order from which you can begin to rebuild. And once you have that, everything else begins to fall into place. This gift has served you in every area of your life. In your work, where you have often been the one to step in and bring structure to a disorganized project. In your relationships, where your steady presence has often been the stabilizing force during turbulent times. In your own inner world, where you have learned to take the chaos of your thoughts and emotions and channel them into productive action. The ability to create order from chaos is one of the most underrated gifts a person can have. And you, Capricorn, have it in abundance. The coming months will call on this gift more than once, and you will rise to the occasion, just as you always have. Discipline Gift 10. The 10th gift is the wisdom to know that rest is not the opposite of discipline. It is part of it. This is something that took you a while to learn, perhaps longer than you care to admit. And without you ever saying a word about discipline, they learned it from watching you. This is perhaps the most beautiful form of leadership there is. The kind that does not demand followers but naturally attracts them. The kind that does not need titles or positions to be effective. The kind that operates through example, through integrity, through the simple power of being who you say you are. You have been a quiet teacher for many people in your life, and some of them may never tell you. But the seeds you planted in their lives simply by being consistent, simply by being reliable, simply by being you. Those seeds are growing. And the fruit they produce will ripple outward in ways you may never fully see but will always be a part of. That legacy of quiet influence is one of the greatest gifts your discipline has produced, and it will continue to grow long after this moment has passed.